He has conquered all three formats as Australia's only Triple Crown Player of the Year, gave IPL their first superstar, bled for Chennai Super Kings, and revolutionized what it means to be mentally tough in the modern game. This isn't just another interview, this is a deep dive into the architecture of greatness with the man who went from IP Sweet Giant to global franchise titan, from injury prone prospect to performance guru. Welcome to the Silly Point. Welcome to Watto's world. So, sir, let's start something with very simple and strange thing. You are one of the most powerful all-rounders in the cricketing world.
Thank you.
But we have heard that during the 2005 Ashes, you were terrified by the ghost and you slept in Braitley's room. So, is that right?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is right. I slept on his floor in his room.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So, what was the thing?
So I was 23 at that time,
Huh.
and at that time I was scared of ghosts.
Huh.
And there was it was Lumley Castle up in Durham,
Hmm.
in the UK, and there was I got wound up by a few of my teammates, Darren Lehman being the sort of one of the main guys, telling me about the stories about the ghost that was there at Lumley Castle. And I was very young and naive, and I got caught up in it, and then I couldn't go to sleep. So Brett Lee, who's my best mate, was kind enough for me to let me sleep on his floor, just for one night.
Okay. So basically, you didn't grow up in a youth city, right?
No, Ipswich, which is outside of Brisbane. Yeah,
So growing up in a small city, did it make your hunger a different thing?
very much so. Yeah,
Okay.
cricket was and sport was one way out of Ipswich where I grew up. So there was amazing opportunities for sport. There was great facilities and great coaches around where I grew up as well. So it was definitely one way to be able to sort of make my way in the world.
And your dad was always behind your cricket. So tell us a bit more about him.
Yeah, so Dad still is a cricket tragic.
Okay.
He is someone who always watched all the Test matches from the time that I can remember. During the Australian summer, he'd be watching the Test matches, so I'd sit there and watch it with him. And then he took me to a Test match in '87, '88
Okay.
at the Adelaide Oval when we were living in Adelaide. Took me to some Sheffield Shield matches, so I got my love of my cricket from my dad for sure.
So you moved from Queensland to Tasmania, so for a bit more game time. So do you think right now the young players will make this sacrifice?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd be surprised if opportunities don't arise like I got to move to Tasmania, where you know where you want to go. Which for me, I wanted to play for Australia. So for me to be able to get there faster, then I had to move. So for me, it was a no-brainer. The opportunity was there, and it was a very easy decision because I knew where I wanted to go. So for any youngsters, any people in any way of life, whatever industry you're in, if there's an opportunity, even if you've got to move, whatever sacrifices you have to make to get where you've got to go, that's what you have to
So
do.
if you love something, you move automatically.
100%. If there's an opportunity which is going to get you where you want to go, then if that's what you want to do, then you do have to make sacrifices. And for me, one was moving away from my family and moving down to Hobart, and it was an amazing opportunity and got me where I wanted to get quicker.
So at that time, you didn't feel it like a sacrifice.
Not
It
at
felt
all.
like an opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. It was all the things that I've done throughout my life. I've never felt like it's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's just the decision that I've had to make to be able to get where I wanted to go and give myself the best chance of achieving my dream.
Yeah.
And in the end, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to see how good a cricketer I could be.
Yeah.
And wherever the opportunities arose, and I was happy to do whatever it took to get there.
So you just said that your dad is still a great cricket fan. So who is his favorite player from India?
His favourite player from India. Oh, look, he's always really enjoyed Virat Kohli for sure.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt Jasprit Bumrah as well. He loves
Okay.
Jasprit Bumrah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of just his skill. Test cricket, one days, T20, doesn't matter.
And growing up, who was your favorite Indian player?
My favourite, you can't go past Sachin Tendulkar. He was my favourite Indian player. Any time that he was playing, he was batting, you didn't want to miss a ball that he was in because he really was a master of the game,
Yeah.
of the skill of batting.
Yeah. So I think we have warmed up quite well. So let's move on to the next segment.
Sounds great.
This segment is power play. So let's talk about 2008. You walked into the IPL not knowing what it would be, and you walked out as the best player of the tournament. So, do you think that that confidence helped you in international cricket as well?
Oh, absolutely. There's no question. For me, 2008 IPL that came along at a perfect time in my career. I'd had injuries on and off for a couple of seasons, 2006, 2007, and I'd just sort of been dropped from the Australian one-day team, the test team. So then the IPL came along, an international quality tournament without playing for your country, and it was there, available. Having also Shane Warne, who was captain coach of the Rajasthan Royals, he always believed in me from the first time I met him as a 20-year-old. He had incredible faith in my skill. So the opportunities that he gave me and the confidence that he gave me as well, then it ended up going from having an opportunity to play an international quality tournament to then being the player of the tournament, and then things just took off from there.
And that's what I was going to ask. That Shane once said that believe that you are a Superman. And how does that sentence stand for you?
That was Shane Warne's amazing superpower, was his ability to understand how to be able to get that superpower out of every individual. He's just understanding of what their strengths are, and then really defining that for that individual. And that's what he did for that 2008 squad. Everyone had a name. Everyone knew exactly what their strengths were and what Shane Warne believed in. And when you got someone like Shane Warne, one of the greatest cricketers ever played, who believes in your skill and your strengths, then you feel 10 feet tall.
So when you started, you played for Rajasthan Royals and you became a hero. Then you played for RCB and you were kind of a leader in that team. Then you played for CSK and then you finished your career. So which team felt the most you?
Gosh, look, there's no doubt that the Rajasthan Royals were, like, Shane Warne built an amazing culture, like a very much like an overseas Australian culture in and around the Rajasthan Royals. So I certainly felt unbelievably comfortable. I knew exactly what was expected. And that was just because of the opportunity the Rajasthan Royals gave me. I always had, I felt like I had to repay them over the years for the opportunity that and the belief they had in me. RCB was an amazing experience to be a part of, really. Chris Gale, AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli's a starting point to be a part of a team like that. We had KL Rahul as well in 2016. So that just felt like a bit of a super team in a way. Unfortunately, we didn't win that in 2016. And then CSK was just the perfect time in my career. I was at the back end of my career. It was definitely a more experienced team. MS Dhoni leading it. So that just felt like it was the perfect fit for that moment in time to get the best out of me as a 37-year-old. So each franchise had played an incredible part at that stage of my life that I was in.
So you played under three great leaders in IPL: Shane Warne, Virat Kohli, and MS Dhoni. So, according to you, which leader you like the most?
Oh
Or got
gosh,
the best out of you?
yeah. Look, there's no doubt that Shane Warne got the best out of me as a 27-year-old. He knew how to be able to. He believed in me more than what I believed in myself. And because of then my performances were able to sort of come close to matching his belief, then that's what I believed. And from then on, I didn't look back. So in that regard, Shane Warne was my favourite leader because of that. But then I think about Virat Kohli, what I learned from him, his desire to be engaged and be at his best every single ball, and that's what he expected of everyone around him, which was an amazing experience. And then to be able to experience MS Dhoni, cool, calm, collected, knew how to be able to create an environment for individuals to be at their best. So it was a different way of leadership compared to Shane Warne, for example, but it still knew how to get the best out of me.
So today's IPL is faster, louder, and younger. So do you think today's guys understand the pressure that what you guys had to face?
I think they do. Like the current cricketers, they certainly understand what the pressures are. I would say in the first few years of IPL, there was less pressure because it was unknown. Well, no one knew what was this thing going to be and how long was it going to be around for. And it was also at a time in international cricket in 2008, there's a lot of tensions that were boiling over. Think about Australia and India and different countries. There's a lot of things going on. But then the IPL came along in 2008, and it really took the tension out of international cricket because you started to get to know opposition players that took the air out of a lot of those situations in international cricket. So I would say it was a bit more relaxed in those first few years because it was unknown. Whereas now everyone knows what to expect. Everyone wants to win. So I'd say there's a lot more pressure. on the teams and the individuals to be able to win for their franchises.
Okay. So I think we have done this segment as well. So let's move on to the next segment.
Perfect.
So this segment is Ask Vato, the mind gym. Okay. So honest question: if the winner's mindset existed when you were 20, how many of your own career headaches would you have avoided?
That's a great question because I only learnt this with the winner's mindset information when I was 34, so right
Okay.
towards the back end of my career.
yeah.
But the one thing that I know is if I knew this information earlier, like say I was 16, 17, and started to implement these mental skills into all my training sessions, all the games that I did, look, in the end, because you can't control results,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the results would have been any better or worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that they definitely would have been better, but
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I do know is that like the stress, anxiety, and worry around performance would have been totally different.
Yeah.
Because I was so desperate to get to be the best cricketer I possibly could be.
Yeah.
When I wasn't performing, when I wasn't getting the runs or getting the wickets that I wanted, like I would just self-sabotage. I was getting in my own head, start worrying about what's happening, why is it not happening, instead of by applying these mental skills,
Yeah.
you just understand how to debrief after every game.
Yeah.
You understand how to be able to go into every game at your best instead of sort of being afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Because that's one of our biggest things that holds us back is
Yeah.
not making a mistake. Don't
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't get out. Don't
Yeah.
bowl a bad ball.
Yeah.
Don't have a bad performance, and
Yeah.
that's what we get in our own ways. So there's no doubt my stress, anxiety, and worry would have been totally different to a point of nearly non-existent
Okay.
if I was able to integrate these mental skills as a 20-year-old.
So as you talk, I can understand this winner's mindset can be in any field, right? So if I'm a social media creator, if I'm creating something and it doesn't go the way I want, I can get bit off. So like you said, I can get frustrated. So what are the three things that a winner mindset should have?
Yeah, it's absolutely spot on. So this information is across all aspects of our life, across all aspects of we're performing in, whether you're a cricketer, whether you're a content creator, whether you're in business, what
any
you're
field.
studying, whether you're exams. The winner's mindset, look, there's a couple of things that straight away are really obvious for me that had a huge impact on me immediately. One, the first thing is that your conscious mind, our thoughts, that we are in control of our thoughts.
Okay.
So if we listen into that internal dialogue, that internal conversation that we have with ourselves,
Yeah.
we listen into that, and if the conversation that we're having is not the right conversation, the wrong conversation, then we can take control if we want to take control and redirect it to the right thing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to performance, it's understanding what are the right thoughts when we have our best performances. And knowing, also defining what the wrong thoughts are, so when those wrong thoughts come in, you just redirect it.
Yeah.
You catch it and redirect it. So that's number one, that we are in control of our thoughts.
Yeah.
And if our performances are critical to us, then we will take control.
Yeah.
The second one is around mental energy. Because there's so much overstimulation in our life,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's notifications, whether there's always things going on, overstimulating.
Yeah.
Mental fatigue plays such a huge part in our lack of performance. Because when we're mentally fatigued, our decision making is really slow, sluggish. When it comes to cricket side of things, our reactions, our instincts are reduced to a point where we feel like we're really sluggish. So mental fatigue is actually one of the biggest performance sabotages that I see with all performers.
Okay.
So being mentally fresh and having techniques around that is critically important to perform at our best. And the last one is just around understanding what are the things that we're in control of.
Okay.
When it comes to we want to get the best results we possibly can, the things that we're in control of are our preparation, how well prepared we are, how engaged we are in that performance. And there are things out of our control that we would love to control, but we can't, that have an impact at times on results. So it's understanding how do I bring the best version of myself to this performance, and what does that look like? So then I'm stepping into that every time I go to perform. I know which version of me that I'm chasing.
Thank you. That's great. I think this information will help a lot. You have said you were brilliant at burning mental energy early in your career. What was your biggest mental energy killer back then? Pressure, fear, or overthinking?
Definitely overthinking was a huge way where I burnt through my mental energy. Overthinking the upcoming game, overthinking how important it was for me to be able to score runs to perform. Like I think about like an Ashes series, for example, or a World Cup game. In the lead up to it, even a couple of days in the lead up to it, I'd be just allowing my mind to think about who am I coming up against. I need to perform. The best cricketers always perform in these big games. Don't stuff up. This is a big opportunity, and I'd be overthinking all the time. So burning through my mental energy when I needed all my mental energy when I'm actually out in the middle performing. So that was played a huge part, but also the fear of failure. Like, what's going to happen if I don't perform? If I haven't performed in the last game, is there a chance of me getting dropped? Or might I move down the batting order? Like all those thoughts would continue to come in again. They would just turn into overthinking, worrying about something that might not happen. And there's a couple of questions. One question I ask is, when has worrying about the result made the result better?
Okay.
Well, never. But I was a master at worrying, which just burnt through my mental energy, and I was a master at doing that.
So we have known the Australian players that they are very ruthless. So I wanted to ask, in Australian culture, are you allowed to fail? So what's the guideline for the failure? That only this much you can fail.
Yeah, there's definitely a toughness that's bred into you as an Australian, but especially I think about my experience coming into the Australian cricket team. Even as a 20-year-old, you just developed the understanding of how to fail less, without like, and it wasn't something that was really talked about. It was more so by what you saw and how you saw like guys like Ricky Ponting and Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath and Matt Hayden and Adam Gilchrist. You learnt by how they dealt with failure, and then whether they trained harder, the different things that they did to be able to turn themselves around from failure. So it was never something that you were educated on, like verbally and talked about. It was
That's
more
just the
so
mindset.
just by what you saw.
Okay.
So when you're around that, you developed it in a way. But then when those players are gone and you're sort of on your own, that's when you really had to work out, well, how much do I really know? And that's where then educating myself later on at 34 on how to learn from failure better, how to be able to bring the best version of you and really understand how to unlock that, that really played a huge part.
That's great. So you have worked with elite athletes and now even built Ask Watto AI. When did you realize mindset coaching could scale up beyond dressing rooms?
Yeah, I knew from the first time that I learned this mental performance information how lacking it was in the world around us. You're not taught this information at school, certainly in cricket environments, unless you're fortunate to be around these types of people. So that's where writing a book, the Winner's Mindset, which is available on Amazon in India, but then turning it into a digital version, and that's where AI, it's so incredibly powerful. If you know how to unlock the power of AI, then Ask Watto is an AI mental performance app, a personal one where you can ask questions, get prompted questions around your mental performance to be able to stimulate thoughts, to be able to help you on your journey to be able to mastering your mind. AI is such an incredible tool. So Ask Watto is all the mind knowledge around mental performance distilled into an AI app, a chat bot, which it's like having a conversation with me.
So they say that more than the ground, the cricket is played between the 2 years. So is that right?
Absolutely. There's no question you need to have a skill set. You need to have a world-class skill set to be able to perform. But you need to combine that. As important as a skill set, you need to combine that with a world-class mindset as well. To be able to understand how to unlock your mind, how to be able to bring the best that you can, especially when you've come off failures, but also in the highest pressure situation, whether it's a World Cup final or an IPL final or a knockout game in any tournament. So as much as you work on the physical skills, you need to also understand how to work on your mental skills. So then you just become a person who knows how to bring the best that they possibly can, whether it's a practice match, whether it's training, or whether it's in actually like it's game time. And you don't want to know what failure looks like. You don't want to look over the side to see what failure looks like.
So, if you could plug Ask What AI into one current cricketer's phone for a season, how can we get benefit from it?
So, Ask What Are AI, it's being launched very soon within the next couple of weeks. But the one thing that it will give cricketers and people in general is after performances, it will really help people debrief their performances from a mental perspective
Okay.
around what went well, what didn't go well, what are the things that you can learn from to be able to put in place or practice in the lead up to your next performance or during your next performance.
Yeah.
It also, along the journey as well of asking questions, will educate you on the critical mental skills, the things that you're in control of, also defining what the best version of you looks like so you know what you're chasing every time. So by the end of working with Ask What AI throughout a season, you'll start to understand how to be able to bring the best that you can every game, but then also learn from every single performance as well. And that's what it's all about, to be able to not get down on yourself and worry about I failed. It's learning from it to know that, well, this has happened. I'm going to learn from it, so I'm going to get better over time, more so than sort of get sucked into a vortex of I'm not good, I can't perform, I haven't got great skills, and that's where you really start to go in the opposite direction of where you want to go.
Okay. So we have seen that parents often push the talent, but they do not respect the patience. So if any parent is watching right now, what would you like to tell them?
Yes, parents play such a critical role in, especially the mental side of performance, because as a parent, and I know I'm a parent, you just want the very best for your child.
Yeah.
But with that, you've got to understand exactly what are the right things to say in the lead up to a performance, but then also what are the right things and the wrong things to say to your child after a performance to help them learn from it, not get in their own heads, start worrying about things even more. So the one thing that I always say to parents is be so careful with the things that you say to make sure that your reactions around a performance of your child, say it's a good performance, that you are really talking about their preparation around their effort that they really put in, not go over the top. Oh, you're the best, you're the smartest, you're the greatest, because then the next time when your child doesn't have the performance they're looking for, then they start to really think that their love of their parents is attached to winning
Yeah.
and performance, and that's when they sense the emotions different from their parents when they haven't had a good performance.
Yeah.
Then that just puts more and more pressure on that child to know that results are even more important than they really are.
Yeah, yeah.
What is most important is
Yeah.
bringing the best that you can,
Yeah,
giving it your very, very best, learning from every opportunity, from every failure in particular, and just continue to get better and better.
Yeah. And also comparisons can also bring them down as well. Yeah.
There's no question about that, and that's where this Ask What Our app is so important for parents as well,
Yeah.
because it helps stimulate the right questions, the right things to ask, the right things to say to your child in the lead up to an exam, in the lead up and after an exam
Yeah.
if it hasn't gone well. It
Yeah.
really helps stimulate what are the right things, so then you can help your child through these challenging situations, so then they're just getting better and better and learning from every experience that they have.
So I think this is the great information that you have given and it will help a lot of people. So thank you for this. So
Thank you.
let's move on to the next segment.
Perfect.
So this is a CREX Guess the Cricketer challenge.
I'm looking forward to this. Yes,
I
okay.
will give 5 hints and you have to guess in that. Okay. He scored a century on his Test debut against England at Lord's. Okay. This is the first hint.
Okay.
This cricketer holds the unique record of 10,000 runs, 100 wickets, and 100 catches. Second hint. He holds the record for the highest individual score for India in the ODI World Cup. So it's an Indian player. He has also been the president of the BCCI. So these are the hints. He is the former Indian captain. as well.
Yes, Sourav Ganguly.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
correct.
good one. They're amazing numbers.
Yeah.
You sort of
Amazing.
you forget some of those.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
amazing numbers.
So the second one.
Yep.
He received the Man of the Match award on his Test debut. He took 5 wickets on his Test debut and also dismissed Virat Kohli. He has also won the IPL trophy in 2021 with CSK. He is the player of the tournament of the 2022 T20 World Cup. and he's an English player.
Oh yes, Sam Curran.
Yeah, perfect.
Getting out Virat Kohli. Far out. I don't think I ever got Virat out.
No?
Played a lot against him. Nah.
Okay. So this is a different one. Okay. So by this action, you have to tell which cricketer it is. It's an Indian cricketer. It's a left arm spinner. Played for RCB in the IPL.
Oh, is that Negi?
No. But you are
RCB.
close. Played for RCB in the IPL.
Oh, I should know that arm.
Yeah, yeah. He used to ball with his specs on. Right now he's also commentating.
Oh, Monty Panesar, no?
No, Indian cricket, Indian.
Oh, Indian cricket,
Yeah,
specs
yeah.
on.
Specs on. Should I tell?
Yeah, please. Sorry, I can't get
Murli
that.
Karthik.
Oh, no way. That's exactly it. I didn't take my mind that far back.
Yeah.
Not that he's that old, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
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 So this is
Because I can see with his arm and I know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of that movement. Okay.
So this is the next one. He's an Australian player. Left.
Oh yeah. Brad Hogg.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one. He's an Indian player.
Ashwin.
No. He's a batsman and
Oh.
part-time bowler. But he stopped bowling a few years back. He's still playing. He has
Oh, Rohit Sharma.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's great. Okay.
Got it. Good hints.
Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
so thank you.
Awesome. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
So let's have some questions about World Legends Pro T20. So you have played almost everywhere in the world. So what makes World Legends Pro T20 in Goa special for you? Is it the cricket, the crowd, or the fact that legends never really retire?
Yeah. Look, I'd have to say the legend's sort of not retiring in
Yeah.
a way. Like I just feel so fortunate and privileged to be able to have this opportunity at this stage in my life to be able to still try and show off my skills, the skills that are hopefully not too rusty, but it's a way to be able to like reconnect with so many incredible people that I've shared really special moments together on the field, but also shared some amazing battles on the field as well. So to be able to reconnect with them, it's really is a special opportunity. I feel very privileged to be able to have that chance to be able to do this, even at this stage of my life. And also in Goa, like this is my second time. I had a little 2-night sort of stop over here in 2008 IPL with the late great Shane Warne for a couple of nights. But outside of that, this is my first main time here in Goa, and it's absolutely stunning. The beaches, so chilled, calming, which is what I love.
That's great. Be honest, when you walked into the racing room, saw so many former rivals, did it feel like a reunion or did the competitive switch turn on immediately?
I would say a reunion now at this stage of our lives. Like even someone as simple as Amit Mishra, who I only ever played against, whether it's for India or playing against him when he was playing the Delhi Capitals in the IPL or the Deccan Chargers he's a feisty character and I'm not backward in coming forward either. So we had some serious battles on the field. But then as soon as you step into the Pune Panthers, like that just evaporates.
Yeah.
Because I've got the utmost respect for him. I loved that battle that we had. But now because our time's done with that, it's been really cool. So that's a really simple example of someone who I only ever played against, but now that just all goes out the window and we enjoying being out there just doing our thing now.
For fans watching this who grew up seeing you play, what can they expect when they come to watch the World Legends Pro T20 live in Goa?
Yeah, well, hopefully some flashes of some of our old things. And look, we've seen it with a couple of the players already. You've seen Pujara score runs, Chris Gale. So you've seen some guys, Stuart Broad's been bowling really nicely as well. So hopefully just some nice flashes of the good old days when the fans were watching us play at our absolute prime. So hopefully there'll be some flashes of that throughout this tournament from me. For me, the preparation is what I've loved.
Yeah.
Going back into the nets, been able to like practice my batting skill, trying to get rid of some of the rust. But it's what I know better than anything.
Yeah.
The adjustments, little adjustments that I make.
Yeah.
It's it's second nature. It's what I've been doing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas other aspects of my life, I'm still trying to master. Whereas batting and the cricket skills, I know better than anything. So that's the joy that I have in the lead up to this tournament, let alone during the tournament as well.
That's great. So you are famous for breaking the boundaries. So our next segment is boundary breaker.
Okay.
So let's move on to that.
Let's do it.
This segment is boundary breaker. So I wanted to ask: is T20 killing the all-rounders or making them more valuable?
Oh, that's a very good question. Look, I would say the impact player is killing the all-rounders.
Okay.
Impact player rule is, it means that the all-rounder, especially from a bowling perspective, who's still working on their bowling to get better and better, they're just not having those opportunities to be able to bowl really in IPL at all. So I'd say that's killing the all-rounders. But T20 cricket, no. T20 cricket's, the all-rounder is still so as valuable, if not more valuable now than it's ever been.
Okay.
Someone who can make the team as an out-and-out batter in the top 6 or 7, and then someone who can be the front line 5 bowlers as well. So, but again, that's where the impact rule I'm not a big fan of, because it does kill that developing all-rounder, not the sort of complete package.
Okay. So you now coach mindset more than technique. Why do you think talent without clarity fails?
Yeah, so for me, the first thing that I always work on when I'm working with individuals is the mindset. They're the first questions I ask. Technique, most people's technique, if as a professional cricketers, is to a point where they only probably need, if anything, a little adjustment here and there. But the mindset's where you really can make huge inroads straight away. So that they are the things. The questions that I ask are always around what were your thoughts as a ball was coming out, what was your thoughts and what were you thinking about in the lead up to the game. Did you prepare? What was your preparation like to give yourself the best chance of putting everything in place? And a huge part is not overthinking in the lead up to a game, so you're mentally fresh going into a game. So those are the things that I mainly will work with an individual with, a little bit of technical stuff here and there if needed, but predominantly it is all around mental. And that's whether it's a professional cricketer or whether it's a 10-year-old kid, it's all around what do you do when you're at your best?
Okay.
And for 10-year-old kids, it's like, well, I'm out there having fun with my mates. I'm just being free. I don't care if I get out, or I don't care if I bowl a bad ball. So you just continue to reinforce those types of thoughts.
So if you are coaching a Hardik Pandya or a Cameron Green, so what would you tell them first?
So knowing that being an all-rounder, it's physically and mentally incredibly demanding. So the first thing is always around, what does your preparation look like physically? Because obviously you need to be physically capable and physically fit and ready to go. But then mentally, what does that look like? What does your preparation look like? How do you switch off? What are the things you do to switch off? What are the things you do that potentially does overstimulate your mind? Because as an all-rounder, you can do it for a couple of games, but you think about an IPL tournament, for example, there's 16 games and then finals. That's a lot of games to be able to sustain performance for physically and mentally. So those are the things that I'll always talk to those high achievers about when they're involved in the game, like batting and bowling. And they're batting in critical positions in their team. They're also bowling critical overs and pressure overs as well. So those are the things I'll always talk to them about.
So according to you, who is the most complete T20 cricketer right now in the world?
Right now, for me, Hardik Pandya. When he's fit, and look, he's had a few injury issues and some unlucky injuries as well. You think about the 2023 World Cup where he hurt his ankle. But for me, his ability to take the brand new ball, bowl with that brand new ball, then bowl defensive overs through the middle and defensive overs at the end of an innings as well. He's a gun fielder, and he can bat anywhere. He could open. He's got the technique to be able to open. He can bat 4. We saw with Gujarat Titans batting in 4 and dominating, and he also can power hit the back end of an innings as well. So for me, he's the ultimate T20 all-rounder.
So do you think that all-rounders have an edge, because if they fail in one aspect, they can redeem themselves in the other aspect as well?
100%. Oh, no doubt. That's what I loved about being an all-rounder is it did take pressure off you just in general, in a way, because you knew that you weren't always going to score runs. You weren't always going to have a really good game with the ball. But you knew if you got runs, then it'd take a bit more pressure off the ball. But if you missed out batting,
Yeah.
then you knew you could still potentially have a really good game with the ball and have a huge impact on your team's chance to win.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I think it's a superpower
Yeah,
as an all rounder, because it really just does take a little bit of that extra pressure. Whereas if you're just batting and you haven't scored runs,
Yeah.
then yeah, you can have an impact in the field, but it's not the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas bowling wise, you can really have a significant
Yeah.
impact on the game.
And that confidence would help in batting as well.
Absolutely. Then when you're bowling really well, then it takes the pressure off from a batting, so you can be free. You can be
Yeah.
more free, and that's when we're at our best. Is when we're not worrying about making a mistake. When we are free, and when we're performing the other aspect, it frees us up beautifully.
So while you are growing up, who are the all-rounders that you idolize?
Oh God! For me, Jacques Kallis was is still the ultimate.
Yeah.
What he was able to achieve across all formats. But you think about Test cricket, he, from a batting perspective, has got along the similar lines of statistics from a Test batting perspective as Ricky Ponting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then bowling wise, he's got similar sort of statistics to Brett Lee
Yeah.
from a fast bowling perspective.
Yeah.
Then catching, he took a truckload of catches as well, fielding
Yeah.
at second slip. So for me, he is the ultimate Iron Man. He played for such a long period of time and just continued to perform.
So in India, they used to compare that Jack Kelly has runs like Rahul Dravid and wickets like Zahir Khan.
Yes.
So that much impact he had.
It's
on the
crazy,
cricket
right?
area. So
Yep.
do you think he gets less credit?
I believe he doesn't get the credit the absolute credit that he should get.
Yeah.
Because for me, like he is the ultimate. Like I obviously, Ricky Ponting was my favourite batter through my teenage years. But Jacques Kallis, he bowled fast,
Yeah.
sustained it over a long period of time,
Yeah.
played a lot of test matches and bowled in most of those test matches, and then scored a truckload of runs.
Yeah.
So I never understand why, when everyone's talking about best cricketers that ever played the game, that he's not in the top couple like straight away without thinking about it.
Yeah, that's great. So this is a great segment. So let's move on to the last segment. Okay.
Can't wait.
So we have played a great match and it's a tie.
Yeah.
So we are moving on to the super over.
Perfect.
So the first question is toughest bowler you ever faced?
Best bowler?
Yeah.
Easily, and it wasn't in international cricket, but easily the best bowler I faced was Shane Warne.
Okay.
I faced him in first class cricket,
Yeah.
and he was so good.
Yeah.
Skill wise, he just didn't give you a loose ball, but then like gamesmanship, he was absolutely all over you. Like even though I was one of his like good friends,
Yeah.
I walked out to bat and he was absolutely all over me. So he was something else.
Okay. Best IPL crowd?
Best IPL crowd. Look, there's two that stand out to me straight away. And the first one that jumps into my mind is RCB in Bengaluru. Like Chinnaswamy, when it's full. I remember the final in particular, or the game before when we got through to the final. Like it was like Chinnaswamy had like a heartbeat. Like there was just so much energy and intensity in the ground. Like that was something else.
Yeah.
And then look, CSK, when the ground's full and that CSK crowd's there,
Yeah.
whether that's a training as well, there's some training sessions that we had that was like nearly full as well. So yeah, it's an amazing experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
One player you wish you had played more cricket with?
I would say MS Dhoni.
Okay.
I would love to have played a lot more cricket with him. I just love the way he goes about his life, the way he goes about his cricket, how calm he is, even though there is so much expectation and pressure to perform.
Yeah.
But just his calmness that he has for himself, but also what he creates around him as well.
Yeah.
And I can see why. I know why.
Yeah.
The teams that he's captained and been around, they've had so much success.
Yeah.
Because it's a melting pot of pressure that's just continuing to stack on top of each other, but he just knows how to be able to just strip all that back.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have played a lot more with him.
So what's the one thing that makes him different from others?
His ability to be able to simplify situations. They're like, whether it's on the field, off the field, his ability to be able to just strip back a situation and just go to the simplest form of this is what's going on, this is how we're going to do it. It's a superpower that he's got. And that's where it just takes out all the pressure and worry, because it's like, oh no, this is what it is and this is how we're going to do it.
That's great. Best captain you played under? Any Australian IPL? Any?
Yeah, I would have to say, over a long period of time, and this is for Australia as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for my country, is Ricky Ponting.
Yes.
Ricky had so much belief in me, even from a younger age, as a 19, 20-year-old. And then just how he looked after me and managed me through the time of being an international all-rounder. He knew how to get the best out of me. So I'd say over a longer period of time, like Shane Warne was amazing for me over like 3 or 4 years with the Rajasthan Royals. Dhoni was,
Yeah.
Kohli through that period of time. But I'd say Ricky Ponting, that was over, was that 2020? It's like over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A moment you still replay in your head.
There are two.
Yeah.
One, because it's most recent, is the 2018 IPL final. Being out in the middle with Mbati Raidu, who's one of my favourite cricketers that I played with. Being in the middle when we hit the winning runs, that was a time that I just replay because it was quite recent. And then the 2015 World Cup final in the middle when Steve Smith hit those winning runs.
Yeah.
That's a time that it just takes my mind back to straight away. Being out the middle, seeing Steve just whip that off his hip for one, and the title was ours.
That's great. A decision you have to review for your life or a cricketing decision you would like to review?
Definitely, definitely for your life, because there are certain moments, even though like I have no regrets in my life, because every experience is a learning one.
Yeah.
But there's certain little things that you wish you could have a review and have the third umpire to be able to hopefully change the decision.
One rule you would delete from modern cricket.
Why? That's I would say the impact sub.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's only in an IPL and it's coming into a few
Yeah,
of the franchise tournaments, but that is the one that I'd delete immediately. Again, it comes down to the heart of being an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Is for all-rounders who aren't the finished product.
Yeah.
It stops their development or slows down their development as an all-rounder.
So it's like a player. Its name is impact sub, but the players who are playing, they are not allowed to show their impact.
That's
It's like
very well said. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes.
Exactly.
One rule you wish existed during your career.
Look, the one rule that I wished was there all the way through my career, I would say is DRS,
Okay.
because that only came in towards the more back end part of my career. So you grow up.
Yeah.
You grow up just taking whatever the umpire says. You got to accept it. The umpire's decision.
Yeah.
But then it gets to a stage when I was like, I don't know, like 27, 28, maybe 29, where all of a sudden you can question the umpire's decision
Yeah. Yeah.
with DRS.
Yeah.
So I wish that was in earlier, so I would have developed a better skill of knowing how to deal with that. Because in the end, I didn't deal with it that well. The decision making around DRS wasn't my strength.
Right.
So I would say earlier to develop that skill
Okay.
earlier in my career, where you can question the umpire's decision, but you've got to be more strategic around, is there more chance of it falling your way or not?
Okay. So, and last question: what's the most lovable thing that you find in India?
The most
Lovable thing.
lovable thing. It's easy for me, is the love of cricket. That's the thing that I love more than anything about coming to India, is like I love the game, and I always have, right? And that came from my dad, instilled that sort of in me from a young age. And you come here to India, and just about every person that you bump into or you run into or you spend some time with has got the exact same love for the game of cricket that I do.
Yeah.
In Australia, you meet some people,
Yeah.
but it's not a big population. There's not a lot of people who love cricket as much as I do. Where you come to India,
Yeah.
you just get caught up in the love of the game, and that's what I love the most.
That's great. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Yes, thank you. So you have won this match and you are part of the match.
Ah, perfect.
So what's your acceptance speech?
I gave it my best, and it was a good result in the end.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good. Thank you.